I'm the host of this show.
You look so wild right now.
I feel wild right now. Welcome to the boat. Today is our first day working at the school. We've got to remove all the deck hardware so that we can do sanding the boat and prepping for paint. I think that's it. That's a goal anyway. We'll see how far we get. We're sanding the hull below the waterline so that we can repaint Decision. The reason for that is boats typically need new bottom paint every couple of seasons, and we don't know how long the previous bottom paint had been there, but we want to replace the bottom paint with a more sustainable alternative. I'm researching alternative bottom paints because the typical bottom paint is called an ablative or non-ablative paint. It's usually copper based or chemical based, and essentially these paints are aiming to stop growth on the bottom of your hull, and they do that by leaching chemicals or copper into the water. And while it's a small amount, relatively speaking, for a single boat, when you end up with an entire harbor of boats leaching chemicals or metals into the water, it does have an impact on the ecosystem and the marine life. So I'm looking for an alternative to these copper or chemical based paints that will still keep life from growing on the bottom of the hull, but will have much less of an impact on the marine life. How are you feeling?
So good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
The boat's done.
It's not done. So we are running out of sanding discs, and which is totally fine because the 80 grit sucks, and so I'm gonna try to get some 40 grit at Home Depot, and Matt will stay over here and he'll keep going with the angle grinder. So I'll be back. Okie dokie, I am back from a successful Home Depot run. I didn't film in Home Depot because I felt awkward. Yeah, but we have some 40 grit and we're gonna keep sanding.
couple of products out there that are essentially very hard surfaces, hard and smooth surfaces, which while you're moving or when the boat is underway, even at 4 to 5 knots, life won't be able to cling onto that paint, and so essentially with a light scrubbing below the waterline every once in a while, and moving the boat and actually sailing a fair bit, you can essentially keep your hull clean while having almost no impact on the marine life in the water that you're sailing in. It's hard to get apparently in Canada. There may be some brands out there that have this kind of paint, but the couple that I've looked into so far, they don't sell this product in Canada, and I'm not sure if this is because Canada is behind in their policy on these non-ablative, non-copper based bottom paints, but in the States they're becoming mandatory. It's becoming law in several of the bigger ports that you're not using these copper based bottom paints. This was a long day, but it feels good. Here, come look.
Yeah.
We did a rough sand on this side of the boat. It took us a lot of time and a lot of effort, but here we are. It's looking great. At the back of the boat, it's pretty dark here, so you may not be able to see, but there's like 16 million different layers of paint. So the boat was a blue color, which you can see here. When we bought it, it was this sort of teal color, and underneath that was a dark green, and underneath that was this gray, which might be primer. Then underneath that there was white, and underneath that there was red, and I think that was the red color that you can see here was the original color of the boat, because we went all the way down to glass, which was kind of accidental, but
Hey guys, so Matt's gonna do some administrative stuff this evening, and so I'm gonna take this lovely wall behind me and I'm gonna make it into a little mural for the project. So we have a projector set up that's projecting onto this, and I have a ton of chalk, and we're gonna make a mural. So it's many hours later and we are done the mural, and I'm gonna try to get some light on it so you can see, because right now it's just darkness.
Hey.
There she is!
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good.
What do you think about it?
I love it. I don't know.
It took forever.
The project.
But it's beautiful. It took forever.
Great. I think it looks great.
So we are done sanding. It took us about what, like 8 hours, 12 hours?
Yeah, like somewhere between, I was gonna say like 10 hours to do to do the whole boat, the whole hull, one pass of sanding. So we've still got another pass of sanding to do because we used, especially for right at the water line behind me, we used the angle grinder. We needed to remove a lot of material in a lot of places. So we used an angle grinder and an orbital sander with 40 grit sandpaper. We started with 80 grit, but it was taking forever. So we came back and we bought some 40 grit, and that worked a lot better, eh?
Way better, way better.
It took such a long time, like a full weekend of sanding.
Yeah.
So we're done for today, but thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you next time. Like and subscribe if you want to follow along. It helps us out a lot, and we'll see you next Thursday. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.